Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this Physical in Tokyo, coming at you with some more. I mean, it'll be Little Big Planet as soon as we get our tags fixed, because it's the tags, because it's Twitch, and Twitch sucks my butt. I mean, it's an after-hours stream, so we can say it sucks other places, but, I think, you know, it sucks my butt is probably, that's enough. Oh, Alice, how you doing tonight? It is wonderful to see you. I hope that you're very well. Hope that life is being kind to you, or, you know, as relatively kind as we can expect it to be, which is not nearly as kind as it needs to be. But it is wonderful to see you. I hope you're very well. We are, it is, this month is going to be Holly's birthday, and this is the last Little Big Planet that we'll be doing in this month, so I thought, you know, we'd put together a thing for Holly, and hopefully she'll like it. I so seldom have, I feel kind of bad, because I'd love to do this for everybody, but I so seldom have ideas and energy and time to do it, so, but I could do it this time, and that's gotta be okay. Oh, for fudge sakes, had more talk with my American family. We will discuss the thing more after the elections for US President. Very sensible. But either way, I'm probably maybe gonna do it. Just depending on who wins, we'll need to use different tactics. That's entirely understandable. I think having backup plans for how you want to handle things in case, well, I mean, just how people react to the election. Oh, QT Grams! Well, thank you! That's very kind of you! How are you doing tonight? And it's a pleasure to see you. I hope you're well. We are, you're doing good. Love to hear it. We're just kind of playing around in create mode a little bit. We've got a friend whose birthday's coming up, and we're gonna be doing just a really small kind of birthday level piece, I guess. Not really big enough to be a full level, but hopefully she'll show up. I'll feel kind of salty. I mean, I won't feel salty because I can always record this and send it to her, but I will feel a little bit salty if I don't get to show her, you know, live, as it were. Thank you. I just kind of threw it together. What do you say? I threw it together like before the stream, which is why it's so small. But oh, hi, how you doing? Lovely to see you, as it always is. As I was telling Alice and Cutie, we're putting together a little something for Holly, since it's her birthday coming up. I may have, like, done more than I should have done, honestly, because, like, I don't know what more to add, but I need to, like, use time until Holly actually gets here. It's like, well, I don't know where to put anymore. Oh. But yeah, that's my life. Also, since it's wait, what was I gonna say? I feel like there was a thing I needed to say, and now I don't remember what the hell it was. The new Breed movie. Alice, how was it? How was it? Was it amazing? Alice showed me this this trailer for Neil Breen's new movie, and it's a lot. is it a YouTube trailer? Because I can put it in chat. Because folks need to experience this thing. It was an experience. I bet it was. Like, the thing I don't get, like, Breen's done like a lot of movies. You'd figure that he would be better at this point. It felt like the world's first experimental horror movie that also feels like I'm watching a cult brainwashing David gunpoint. There's 40 minutes of recurring screams. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. From what I've seen, it feels like it's getting worse with each movie. I had no experience of this man. Like, I'd just be on hearing his name bandied about periodically, but like I didn't have any image of what or who Neil Breen was. So my very first experience of seeing his stuff was this trailer that Alice sent me, and my first reaction was, it looks like Phantasmagoria. Like that old 90s FMV game, it looked very much akin to that. Neil Breen still exists. He still exists. And he's a lot. I would not say fantastic. Fantastic is not the word that I would use, but certainly is a lot. It looks like one. It looks amazingly like one. Like, the vibe is on point. How do I want to do this? Wait, I thought the superhero movie was where he was the magic hacker man. That feels very superhero-esque. Here's the thing, there were points where the aesthetic is genuinely cool. Okay. I'm glad that he can manage it, but it just seems so... It seems like such a lot. I'm gonna hack the government to reveal their secrets. I mean, that's very heroic though, right? Also, Floppable, it has been forever, and it's so good to see you. And I hope that you're doing really well. I hope that life has been very kind to you. I feel like I have to bowl you over with all of my usual greetings, because I don't always get the opportunity to do so, but sending all of my radiating... I don't know if I have good vibes. Like, whatever energy that I have that is good, I'm just, to all of y'all, I'm just sending it out. Poof. Poof? I feel like it needs to be more sustained than that. Like, Breen is at the point where he's so bad at making movies, he makes accidental cool stuff. But the politics of his movies are getting more and more bizarre. Like, how... See, I don't... What are the politics of his movies? It seems very I was very confused, honestly, by the entire experience of what I watched. Oh, there's sprinkles. What? Is this like, is this, is this like arcane knowledge? Like, do we need to do some sustained reading of his films to understand, like, what it is he wants to say? The politics of his movies is corruption exists. Way to go, Neil, I suppose? Good of you to notice that? I think he's just libertarian. Everyone has their own speculation on what his politics are. It's so wild. Neil Breen is the one truly apolitical, but also very political, but also entirely apolitical person. I'm gonna have to actually, like, watch his movies and not just the trailers, and I honestly kind of resent that. I feel some kind of ways about that. I should, you know, I should put these on, because we could do like a little bit of movement here. He's someone who's like, the government is corrupt, but like, what government? The government. Oh, now that doesn't sound great. Like, that sounds like it's about a step removed from getting into real big anti-Semitism. Every the government and corporations. Did he get his politics out of like a 90s White Wolf splat? Because it does seem to be very like, it seems to be very World of Darkness coded. Oh, I should make these invisible. I think he got his politics out of being alive but not reading theory. I mean, most likely fair, but like, hi, that's also me. I don't seem to think that every the government is a thing. Important news. I love important news. I am, in fact, a fan of important news. Around 30% of McDonald's outlets across Japan have suspended operations due to a register glitch, the Japanese unit of the fast food retailer said Friday. I saw that, and I was like, dang, boycotts work. Which is not how that's not why that happened, but like, it was the first thought I had in my mind. There's a cloud strike glitch today. I gotta say that does sound like a move in like a turn-based RPG. He's someone who sees the presidential battle as a race between two people who were there when Og, the first caveman of White Fire, created his unholy conflagration for the first time. Breen sounds weird. Not gonna lie, he sounds pretty weird. At least you have Japanese Burger King, who are also probably in the BDS list also. I'm not sure, but like, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Also like Burger King. I mean, you know, there's that. There's this like weird thing with Burger King recently where it's like, they just keep on trying to top themselves with burger sizes, and it's, I don't know why they're doing that. Don't you mean Hungry Jacks? Hungry Jacks are at TV dinners though. Like, that's not the same thing. Unless you call Burger King Hungry Jacks? Oh no shit! That's really weird, but okay. I mean, who am I to judge, really? The answer is no one. I am no one to judge. I'll have you know we've had Burger King in Australia within my lifetime. Is that like having peace within your lifetime? It doesn't sound like it, but I feel like I ought to check. Why are you not rotating? Do you do this just to make me unhappy? I bet they do. Oh, because I was a goober, and I made the sticker panels not move. Why did I do that? I have no idea. Hungry Jacks got worse when they dropped the free refill policy. They don't have free refills? Like, that sounds disastrous, honestly. How are the kids gonna make their like weird mixed combination sodas? You have to have the free refills for those so that you can like do scientific testing. This does not seem like the effect that I wanted, and I kind of hate that. Did I forget to put a dealie on you? I did? These are gonna have to be much longer. I think that's the problem. I made them go too fast. Like, way too fast, and I hate it. When I was a teenager and lived in a place with no air conditioning, I'd buy like a small Coke and sit there for hours reading manga, abusing the free refill policy to stay cool in the summer. I mean, quite possibly you're the reason why they got rid of it, Floppable. I hope you're proud. I don't actually blame you for the loss of Hungry Jacks. I can't believe they call it Hungry Jack. Like, that's so weird. Well, no! I won't accept that, Floppable. I will not accept that. I posit that you've had a lot of good impact on people's lives. Silka. Okay. Well, I will accept the fact that you're being tongue-in-cheek. However, I do want you to know that you've had impact on people's lives. Mine, in particular. Where would I have found out about thought crime without you? Who, by the way, I believe have a new album coming out in August. And I am quite excited for that. And this is like completely foolish and unnecessary, but like I have been avoiding listening to any of the stuff that they put out because I want to hear the whole album as like one piece all together. But I saw that news and I actually squeed. I did in fact go squee. And it makes me happy that I can still do that. Wait, isn't Isn't the guy from Peter Pan Shmee? I mean, they do have similar sounds. You're not wrong. It's Hive. It's a lot. It's super a lot. What's some kind of like frosting or something? Oh, dip? I can't. I can't, but I wish that I could. I was saying to myself, I'm like, oh my god, we should get it on vinyl, and just on the off chance that eventually we will have a record player that will allow us to listen to it. And it's just, no. There's no way I could justify that. Are they gonna do like, is the album gonna have any, like the actual vinyl? Is there gonna be any kind of special feature to it? Like it's clear or it's glow in the dark? Oh, it's not that the record player would cost that much. I could actually get like a portable record player, for relatively cheap. I had one in the past. I actually had a very, very tiny vinyl collection. It was one of the things that I had to give up when I moved down to Tokyo. It's more that, like, I don't really need, like, a record on vinyl right now. And it would just be, like, money that I could put elsewhere, basically. It's splattered colored. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Is this the movie about the hospital that Neil Breen's character is somewhat involved with, except it's doing experiments with some people instead, and he teaches them martial arts and they have epic martial arts fights? Yes. I mean, it looks that way. He plays... I mean, like, there was that scene in the trailer where he was like the devil. I think he was supposed to be the devil. Wait, there's a bird god? What the hell? What? How do you justify that? I don't know if chocolate chip cookies get frosting, like get lime colored frosting, but I do want to have some more. I want to have some more color in here. Oh, Jelly Beans, how you doing? It is lovely to see you. Hope you're super well tonight. Hi, says, I saw people talk about this movie and they're deeply disappointed because it's almost entirely green screen, unlike his older movies, and it feels like the prequel trilogy of Neil Breen movies. It's extremely green screen. It's like fantastically so. I can't say that's a good thing, but it is a thing. Things are good. I'd love to hear it. You're heading into your weekend, right? Wait, House like the doctor? Is Dr. House in this movie? There is a hospital. Oh, house music. I mean, that's less impressive, honestly. It's Friday morning, but I had the day off. Nice. I did not have the day off, but I did go home early. Just because I did not feel like being at work anymore. It's kind of like having the day off. It is akin to having the day off. I need another splattery thing. Hugh Laurie's also in this game, so I don't know, like, I don't know if we should be accepting Hugh Laurie for anything. House music. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, that's spinning around like way too fast. I don't know. I mean, it's looking pretty good for what it's doing, but I feel like if I was gonna do this as a level, there would need to be like so much more, because it's only there's no space here. As opposed to Tobin Bell, who posts song covers to his YouTube channel, I mean, it's very cool to see Jigsaw sing Bob Dylan. But does it have to be Bob Dylan? I saw that you sent some pictures, Alice. I will take a look at them in mere moments. I mean, but does it have to be Dylan at all? Okay, tell me, does he do them in the Jigsaw voice? Because that would be fantastic. The very first scene in the movie is him using Google Images photos of Lisbon's... Oh my god! Oh, that's fantastic! Go Neil Breen! To hell! No, that's not true. I mean, maybe it's true. I don't know if this guy is decent in any way, shape, or form. So maybe he can go to hell. I swear, like, the hospital pictures look familiar. See, like, the weird thing is, like, we've got our own mountains, though. They're pretty impressive mountains, too. Quite large. He could have used those. I think what he did was look at the image that he thought looked cool, and he just scrapped those. I'm sure that's what he did. Like, I have very little doubt in my mind that that's what was going on there. What do I like? I feel like this needs, even in a very small area that it is, I do feel like it needs like a little bit more. And we could always put some clouds. Clouds are always good. Could be worse, I guess. It could be like Lost World, Jurassic Park, that's set on another island in the same island chain off Costa Rica that Jurassic Park was set at, but it was filled with a California redwood. I hope that you can feel my disapproving sigh being transmitted all the way down to the southern hemisphere to your location, because it's a very disapproving sigh. Because, like, I kind of feel like if there's any tree that people would recognize that's not, like, a Christmas tree, it would be a fucking redwood. Everybody knows what they look like, and everybody knows where they are. It's Hollywood. They don't have the movie to film in Costa Rica. Well, if there's an American in me, they better get the fuck out, because there's like only so many options for placement, and I don't want any of them. Sorry, that was gross. But, you know, that's fair. I suppose not everybody knows what a redwood looks like and where they are, but, like, I kind of feel like you should. I feel like redwoods should be very recognizable, because they're so pretty, and they're very big. There's a particular cloud that I'm looking for. Is it this one? Actually, maybe, yeah. When did California think of car traffic? There is a lot of that. I think dinos should have gotten stuck in car traffic. I mean, like, there's the La Brea tar pits. They could get stuck there. Wait, really? I guess. Wait, do the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park get stuck in traffic? Because that would be fucking hilarious. See, this is not really the cloud that I'm looking for, I feel like. But I don't know... Like, the one I'm thinking of, I don't know where it's from. And that makes me sad. Oh, fudge. I got it off center. Why would you take off that sticker, game? That's a weird thing to do, I feel like. Is it about like that? I mean, to be fair, Hive, I kind of feel like I would be too. LA feels like it would be a lot if you were a dinosaur. LA feels like a lot as a human being. I mean, you're not wrong though. Which is good because he was sent to San Diego and not LA. I don't remember. This is Lost World you're talking about, right? Like the third one? Wait, is the third one Lost World? The second one is Lost World, alright. Now we want... We need a microchip. We need a impact sensor. We need a destroyer. Make you a yellow destroy tag? Automod? Automod, what the fuck? I don't know why, but this reminded me of a thing I learned a while ago. And it's like, oh, that makes sense, Lamau. Wait, actually, Automod, what the fuck? Why? Oh, it's about the clan member. I heard about that, and that's super gross, but also super unsurprising. That feels very, like, on brand for the US. You're not wrong. I hate that it be that way, but it very much do in fact be that way. What do I want to do here? I feel like there's a thing I need to do here. And one is going to be to put a sticker panel. Which may seem a bit goofy, but there is a purpose for this. So one of the problems with impact sensors is that you make something dephysicalized, that it will no longer trigger the impact sensor, which kind of makes sense because it has no, like, physics to do that with. But if you put in some sticker panel, you can still get the same effect, which I think is pretty neat. Alright, we're gonna want... I can think of a way to set up like a random speed for the clouds, but I also can think that I don't want to in fact do that. So I'm not gonna. Move her. If Hirundo was here, Hirundo would know how to do this, like, right off the top of his head. Oh, we don't need the sound effect. That is not what we're looking for. Oh gosh, okay, yep. Almost screwed that up. Go us. And I think these are gonna get infinite life because we're gonna have a destroy function elsewhere, and it's gonna be over here. I'm trying to remember where I saw the thing about the Mount Rushmore guy, because I feel like I just saw that recently. we doing with this? Got the destroy chip. Like, I pretty much finished an easy build, and like way before Holly got here, which like good timing for me, but people are going into his wiki page and going, what the fuck, my guy? Oh, I keep getting a YouTube video about it, but in general, it feels like people are discovering about him more now. I wonder what the trigger for that was. Oh, hey, Disco, you messed that up. You fudged that. This actually needs to be probably a Twitter trend or a post or something, I would imagine. You're probably right, honestly. Now this should be... This should be up to like 50, I think. And this should be up to 100. Also, here's the thing. Even if it was not by a fascist, Mount Rushmore looks so ugly. The thing is so ugly. Like, everything about it is deeply ugly. Because of, like... Brain Meats, would you like... You want to work with me? That would be good. Like, that's... If I understand correctly, like, that's sacred land. That... we just decided to desecrate so that we could put up some statues of our jackass former presidents. Like, the most beautiful statues of the best people in the world wouldn't make that better. Which I know that you're not arguing was a possibility, but... Okay, I think that these need to be higher up. Like that? Because I just want these, like, kinda offset. Not offset, like, I don't want these right there on the screen. I'm just talking about how it's weird in every possible way. Like, super fair, because it definitely is. It deifies awful people by an open racist weirdo built on stolen land. Like, that is so... That's like the most American thing ever, though. Oh my god, like, I didn't make any of these prize bubbles, I totally forgot to make these stationary, like a goober. And now I'm gonna have to fix all of them, and I hate that so much. Excuse me, but what? I did not know that that was the thing that they had. Who is they in this case? I kind of feel like I need to know this. Like, was this actually a government thing, or was this like some Trump folks. Oh, Kins! How you doing? It's so good to see you. I hope you're really well. And if you're not, I hope that you have the means to destroy your enemies. Because that usually cheers a person up, you know? I'm really warm, but otherwise well. These are warm times that we're in, and it's kind of gross, honestly. It was mostly talk, but it was by people in power. I hate it. Alice, I hate it so much. About Trump and the South Dakota governor? I didn't get a chance to respond to it because I was cooing over a kitten's dropping him. Temperature jumped like 8 degrees in 2 days, and I was unprepared. And that's like degrees Celsius. That's not like degrees screwing around in Fahrenheit. Well, I hope to the extent that you're able, and also this goes to everybody, even though I say it all the time, like it's not changed. I do hope, freedom users, that you're all getting the hydration and electrolytes that you need. And if you can't get the electrolytes, get the electric eels. Something just broke. Oh, well, okay. That needs to be higher up. Last thing about the band Protest the Hero has a very good song about fuck Mount Rushmore. It's called Little Snakes. Okay. I should give that a Protest the Hero. I'm once again collecting Google tabs that I'm going to have to actually unpack. If only so that I don't lose my stream tab anymore. See, I can't do that. That's too many tabs. That's too many tabs for me. Like, if I can't read at least a little bit what's on the tab, I start to get nervous. I don't think that you've got a problem. I think it's very much a me problem. Because everybody else seems to function with this many tabs, no problem. Alright, I think that this is just not quite where we need it to be. So let's bring this down to... Let's bring this down to, like, 120? Maybe 110. And bring this up to 65. I feel like a thing is missing, and I don't know what. It's triggered on creation. See, I just don't like this. I feel feel like I need to change that. Wait. My dear pal Mercury looks like me? Like I have... My dear pal Mercury looks at me like I have two heads when I mention about my tab count. See, I thought we were back to talking about temperature, because like Mercury and the thermometers. I was a little bit confused there for a sec. Let's try this. See if this works for us. That's actually really good. That's what I'm looking for. Or at least something akin to that. I think, given the space that we've given ourselves to work with, we might be done here. It's a really cool name, though. Tell Mercury that I think they've got a really cool name. We should all be so lucky as to have a name like that. They're, of course, trans. Trans people choose the best names. We do, though. I think that's like one of our superpowers. Let's see if this actually works. Let's give it a test. I'm sorry. Are we not getting flywheels anymore? I hate that. I hate that so much. I have told them. Good. That's important. They should know. If I made this whole thing and then it breaks, how's it not even been an hour already? It's almost fun, but it's still not. I think LittleBigPlanet create mode just has that kind of like time warp ability. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash, because I really want this level to exist so that I could show it to Holly. And if it crashes, then I'm gonna have to make the whole thing over again, and that would suck. Let's do the time warp again. I don't think I could do the time warp. I don't know if I've got that level of coordination. Even with them telling you like what the steps are in the song, I'm pretty sure I couldn't do it. Yeah, like that can work. When all of LVP is no longer playable, you could always check notes, play Saba again. I mean, we could, but that's not gonna happen. Yo, like, I heard that a big chunk of the Saba animation team got laid off. I mean, they weren't like an in-house animation team. It wasn't like Sumo. It was a company that got hired on to do animation, but yeah, they got whacked with the layoffs because everybody's getting whacked with the layoff sticks. Now we are getting pretty close to Saba, like the game Sack Things Big Adventure. It's been a running gag. Well, I mean that's the acronym, but we were calling it mackerel because Saba is mackerel in Japanese in Japan. Um, right. Brain Meats. It's not a very good game. It's very mid, I guess, is the word that we could use. Yo, like LBP carding is on PlayStation 3, yo. I've got LBP carding. If we ever get the ability to stream off the PS3, like the number of games available for us to play is just it's gonna explode. Cause I got a bunch of stuff. Now some of those games are not great. Like I don't think I'd ever play the Penny Arcade the, RPG for stream. Like that would be a bit much. It's a lot. It did not age well, but you know, we got a lot of good games on there. But you gotta be able to to stream off of it. Now, unfortunately, LVP carding doesn't have online anymore, and I don't think that there's any private servers for it. It's not great. Kittens, it's not great. And then it got like the first two games were at least like within the same vibe, style, and like game. And then there was the third one, and that was like a weird, I don't know, like a Pokemon thing or something. It was crummy. And that was like around the time that I was probably most inclined to be okay um with the Penny Arcade folks because I was on the message board, but yeah, the role playing games that they had. What was it called? It was like some very Purple Prose kind of title. But anyways, we are at the hour point. I'm gonna take a really quick break. If Holly shows up while I'm on my break, make sure that she doesn't leave. On the rain-slicked precipice of darkness. Yeah. Yeah. But I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, I hate that. I hate it so fucking much. Alright, I am back. There are many possibilities, but the truth might surprise you. Um, so, we've all been laughing along at Photoshop being, not Photoshop, PhotoBucket being awful and begging us to re-enter our profiles or whatever, because like, no, I did see the images. They were fantastic, comparatively. Um, this is PhotoBucket though, so like PhotoBucket's been begging us to, like get into our account again, and don't you want to save your pictures? And just been laughing along, like you've been telling me that you're going to shut down my account for the last like 6 months, and you still haven't done it. Why are you still begging? Well, their newest thing basically here is that if you don't like sign in and change your privacy settings, or delete your photos, I suppose, they are legally okay with basically using all of your pictures to sell to AI people. What is let's see. Rights you grant us, including the right to the extent permitted by the laws of your region to license or sell your public user uploaded content to third parties for the scanning and processing of your physical features, for example measurements of your biometric information, solely for the purpose of artificial intelligence and machine learning training and subsequent uses derived thereupon. Yeah, so and if you don't do that, then you're locked out of any arbitration. So there's that. Yeah, this is really gross. Like, it's really, really gross, but I don't want to enter my I don't want to go into PhotoBucket. Like, I don't want anything to do with those pictures anymore. These are from like, fuck, they're probably like from 20 years ago. I don't know. I don't even know when I started my PhotoBucket account. That's so gross. I would be happier if they just deleted the pictures, honestly. Um, because I don't want them. All those pictures are going to be like me from deep in the before, and like of my ex from Milwaukee, and those are like, I don't want any of those. The fun thing is you can log in and it will tell you they have a new set of policies, and you can click I don't agree, and then it'll ask you again, and you can click I don't agree, delete my account. Um, I don't want to log in. Honestly, I don't even know, like, I don't even know what my password would have been. I don't know what my password creation proclivities were at that time. I'm gonna kill some time with some of the DLC stuff, just to kind of, I don't know, kill a little bit of time. It'll tell you about the new policies before it logs you in. I mean, it's gonna have to go in and do the stuff. Hive is the thing. I don't want to do the stuff. You enter your email and a password, and then a pop-up about the thing about the policy. I'm just gonna have to do it tonight. I hate it. It's just a pain in the ass. Why does life have to be suffering, Hive? It takes you to a scary page asking if you're sure you want to delete your account. Like, I just want them to delete my account, honestly. I think the music is broken in this level. And I hate that. Wait, they didn't give me the gun. Oh, there it is. I was like, what the fuck? Where's my gun? At this point, I just want to continue into logging in and manually delete all my photos, but that's because I don't trust them. Honestly, though, yeah. I also do not trust the photo bucket. But I hate that they've, like, twisted our arm like this. We do not license or sell content contained in paid accounts with active subscriptions or from users residing in current regions regardless of account restrictions. I don't know, like they did mention that thing about the region that you live in, and I don't know what Japan's rules for that are. I don't really imagine Japan to have particularly strong privacy protections, but most of this Japan, like, always has problems with, people getting information that they really not ought to have. Did you have, like, a ton of photos on there? God, I wonder what's even on there for me. It won't let you log in until you pay. Wait, what? They won't let you log in at all unless you pay them money? That is super gross. I thought for fun I'd see what I had on there, and it told me my account was locked and I needed to pay to unlock it. That's nasty. That's ugly nasty. Gonna head to Minnesota today for my sister and niece's birthday party. Now, did they manage to get the like, honestly, that's 4 in 1 month, at least. Did they get the same day? What, like, what is 9 months before July? Way to go, me. That was fantastically done. They got the same day? Oh, that's fantastic. They can be birthday buddies. Kraven the Hunter is going to be rated R? I didn't even know they were making Kraven the Hunter, to be honest with you. Do I have plans for Monday? I mean, I'm going to be streaming. We're going to be starting up Metal Gear Solid 2. It'll be exciting. You know me, I don't do planets. Plans would require me knowing more than one person. It was gonna come out earlier in the year, but then Madam Web wound up being a flop. I, like, completely did not even know Madam Web was a thing. And apparently nobody else did. Who is JC Chander? Wait, you actually saw Madam Web? You're like the only person. Did they say that it was webbing time and that they were gonna web all over the place now? Oh, well, I mean, that's where they went wrong. I wish my story mode wasn't, like, screwed up, because I'd love to play a couple of story mode levels, but I'm not gonna go through the entire freaking story mode just play like a couple of levels. Who is Rada? Like, all these people, I have no idea who they are. Rada's the guy that originally made the Morbing Time meme? He's semi-famous Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber guy. Wait, the Morbing Time is, like, got a connection to Yu-Gi-Oh? That's weirdly fantastic. Is there a Morbius card for Yu-Gi-Oh? I feel like there should be. He's a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber. Known for making pretty funny Yu-Gi-Oh memes. Alright. There are vampire cards though. Alright. So you could make your own Morbius themed deck, but you couldn't actually have Morbius in the deck? He's tired of the Morbing Time meme because it overshadows the other stuff he's done. I guess that's the danger of, like, making something that, like, really catches on. That's just gonna be your thing. JC Chandler is a person who makes not necessarily the easiest movies for mainstream viewers to sit through. Starting with a movie about the 2008 financial crisis, a movie about an old man being lost at sea that is almost dialogue-free, a movie about trucking and organized crime in 1981 New York. It's an interesting spread. I gotta give him that much. Is he the one that did the Enron movie? Well, maybe Craven will be his most mainstream-friendly movie. He was originally set to direct the movie about Deepwater Horizon, but got fired because he was going to make it too dry for audiences by going heavily fact-based and low on spectacle. I kind of feel like that's the appropriate way to do that, though, on account of it's like a fact thing. It is a thing that actually happened. If they wanted spectacle, they could have given him the script for like the remake to Deep Star 6. Where's our remake for Deep Star 6? Like, Leviathan got a remake with Harbinger Down. The approach we got was one that was heavy on process during the events, but then tips in a viscerally upsetting disaster movie. But it's very about the explosions. Are you ever gonna do, like, are you gonna do Deep Star 6 and Leviathan? Did they come out in the same year? Because Leviathan has Peter Weller in it. When did you do it? Like, please tell me it was not recently. Well, that's why I'm asking when. Okay, so at least it was a while ago. I hate that my memory doesn't work, but at least I understand that my memory does not work. Well, now I'm just gonna have to watch it again. Well, listen to it again? And honestly, that's a pretty good excuse. I think Triple Frontier is his most audience-friendly movie. That was made for Netflix, so I don't know that it counts. Is it a link to that episode of the podcast so I can find it? Yeah, no, I can put the link in the chats. I almost said the doodly doos, and I felt shame. Sweet. Those pictures, Alice, by the way, are... What is this lady? Is this the bird goddess? This lady here with the like single wing sticking out of her back? That's a good quote from the Yu-Gi-Oh kid. I like that one. The second one is from the house music dance scene. Oh my god. Why does this look fake? Is it? Does it? I mean, it's a pretty close up on some dude's face, so it looks like he doesn't belong in that shot. I mean, it is kind of weird. Is this from Craven? Is this Craven? This is Craven. How are you gonna do a Craven movie without Spider-Man? Because I assume that they're not gonna have Spider-Man, right? Is there a crossover with Craven and young Sheldon? Does Craven shoot young Sheldon? Yeah. I don't know, they weren't really good though. I mean, they were good as romantic comedies where both of the partners is a fail son, but I don't know. Would those movies have been any... Would they have been any better with Spider-Man? Probably not. I really did not like Venom 2. And I've got my, I don't know. My problem with Venom 1 is, I loathe Eddie Brock. And I don't really feel like he learns anything by the end of the movie. I feel like his behavior, which is fairly shitty, is just kind of glossed over in his relationship with his girl. And I don't know why I didn't like Venom 2. I remember almost none of it. I remember really not liking Woody Harrelson as Carnage. It felt like he was playing just a knockoff of the Natural Born Killers Mickey character. The problem with Venom 1 is ugly, and there's not enough Eddie in Venom. Watch the Elektra movie recently. It was awful. Is that the Daredevil one? Venom 1 is unreasonably ugly. I mean, you're not wrong, but... Wait. Was Ben Affleck in that? Was that a Ben Affleck movie? Not even talking about CGI. The movie itself looked ugly. The 2000s Ben Affleck Daredevil had a spin-off Elektra movie. Is the movie that you watched that spin-off, or is it is there another Elektra movie? I'm gonna head out. Have a wonderful weekend. You have a wonderful weekend as well. Give my love to sister and niece. Enjoy the birthday party. Eat lots of cake. I feel like cake is a must. I should get cake. Like, not right now. I'm not gonna, like, leave in the middle of the stream to get cake, but I have not partaken of cake recently. Get cake! It's a good idea, honestly. And what do we do? Craven partakes of a man's nose, but then he spits it out. Why is Craven such a coward? Is he afraid that eating noses will make him gay? See, like, we haven't... I hate this because we can't do any of these levels, they're all locked. And I don't want to play through the event. There are so many cutscenes in the beginning of this game, and I just don't want to play through all of them. What can we do? I really hate that we don't have community levels anymore. That is to suck. Craven is a hunter. He hunts the most dangerous game, a la Karnov. He decides to hunt Spider-Man, and what, like, does he, like, poison Spider-Man and, like, bury him, and then, like, there's a big thing where Spider-Man digs his way out of the grave? He thinks Spider-Man is the ultimate being to hunt, which, you know, fair. I can't fault him for that. It seems in this movie, Craven is a sad boy who hunts to undo the evil his dad does. That doesn't sound very Craven-y. That doesn't sound very Craven-y at all. Oh, that's what this is. I thought this was gonna give us a race. Also, like, what material is this star material? In the Squirrel Girl comics, he's just a guy with a van that likes animals. No shit? Okay, that's funny. I appreciate that take on Craven. You know, that's like something I need to do when I'm in the States. I should pick up the Squirrel Girl trade. His one famous story is he dies, he gets back, he buries him, yeah, but Spider-Man digs out again after he dies again. The same writer is doing Fantastic Four, and it's pretty good. That's wild to me, because I have never liked Fantastic Four. So if somebody can actually make them good, I am duly impressed. I could have sworn there was a race in this level. Ryan North can make him good. I suppose. I think Raven meets Madam Web spiders. At least there's a bunch of spiders and he appears scared of them. Wait, Craven is scared of spiders? Why though? Is it the Robo Rhino, or is it like I've been grafted into my skin suit Rhino? Because there's only one of those that I respect. I've always thought that the Robo Rhino was just a terrible look for that character. It's made. Wait, is this like? Is it like freaking whatchamacallit? Is it like Disco? Can you think? Swamp Thing 2? Where they get bonded with animals? It's just like Rocksteady. Look, okay, so that was the more sensible approach to that reference. But I don't think that Swamp Thing 2 gets enough love, so meaner, I guess. Swamp Thing 2 is really good. Craven runs on walls and on all fours at some point. None of these things that you're describing sound like Craven. Like, Craven is, as Alice said, the funny thing about Craven is that he is, like, literally just a hunter. He's just some guy, he's got a rifle. That's it. There was a Lady Craven at one point, but I can't remember, like, what her gig was. But she was a character in the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, so she was very Todd McFarlane coded. He's a stereotypical Russian guy, but yeah, he's just a guy. He gets mauled by a lion and gets What? But if he's got lion blood, why does he get wolf eyes? 'Cause those aren't the same thing. There's now a main character Spawn in the Spawn books with her own books, and she's called She-Spawn? She-Spawn. Okay. Okay, Todd. Sure, whatever. You goober. You fucking goober. He gets predator blood. Does his blood glow green? I feel like that should be... If you've got predator blood, I think your blood should glow green. She, her spawn. My pronouns are she, her spawn. Wow. Wow. That's pretty putrid. That feels putrid. He's got wolf eyes, he's got lion blood, he's got, like... What animals run on walls? What mammals run on walls? Is Todd McFarlane, when has he not been putrid?
Well, bless my bones! If it isn't the famous Toggle on another adventure already! Don't you get tired?
See, okay, like, she's supposed to be based on Frida Kahlo.
Come on, get to the
Why
party!
does she have this kind of weird-ass English accent?
Go on, shoot! I don't like being watched! It makes me nervous!
Sony Pictures should be condemned, I think. In only a few years, they've done more damage to Spider-Man villains than Spider-Man could ever dream of. I love his cravening lines, especially the one where he says, "It's about time to visit your Craven yard," and then sends that person to his grave? What? Okay, that can't be for real. I refuse to believe that that's a real thing. See, that character in the original game was not voiced because it was LVP1, and I think that was really the better choice. If we're to be honest, this one's fake, but it actually feels real while being fake because it's a joke about what actually happens. I like the part where he says, "A drop of lion's blood went into my open wound, and I've been craven what? What? No. Okay, I mean, like, that's fantastic. It is fantastic, but, like, no. No, that can't be a real line. Been craving justice. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, cause like, I got morphed on. I did. Also, Alice, I know that you put a thing up, but actually, I could take a look at it right now. On other news, Spawn is now the most well-selling American comic, outselling Batman. Not just Spawn, there's like Spawnverse, which is like 20 Spawn titles, and they're outselling every Big 2 comic. That's kind of gross, honestly. I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't like it very much. The primary thing is Todd found out how to market to nerds in their 40s that think comics are bad because they're woke now. So they're now all reading Spawnverse. Wow! That's really disgusting. I kinda hate it. Because I can only imagine, like, if that's the audience specifically that you're going for, then, like, what kind of material that you're giving them? It's got to be kind of trashy, right? But not trashy in the good way. Oh, the comics are just fine. Alright. The greatest 50s oil salesman in the body of a Gen X comics artist. That is damning with, like, the faintest of praise. These kind of mid-comics with Todd trying to inject the world's worst political commentary. So like the original Spawn comics, basically. Damn, that part where the lion drops the Cravenized blood drop into his wound and says, "Remember, Craven," Everything the light touches is your kingdom. Now take your place in the circle of life. I couldn't hold back the tears. Simply Craven-tacular. At least I knew that wasn't a real line. I mean, from Craven. That's still pretty bad, though. But it's still pretty funny. I think I've ever told you this before, but somehow I've been following Todd and Spawn since like 2014. I read basically most Spawn comics. I'm reading the Spawn verse. I am Todd NFT. I'm on Todd's NFT Discord server. Yes, that's real. So I think he's an interesting weirdo to examine. All right. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I trust you as a human being. It still feels like a lot. You could be the best of our worlds, Craven. He signs every post? That's fucking hilarious. That's like oddly endearing, it's so bad. Wait. The Arizona baseball team have been very good this year. Todd, I just took a shower. Todd! It's like, it sounds like somebody's yelling at him. Where'd you leave the Pepto-Bismol? Todd? What the fuck? He literally just signs all his posts with Todd. Does anybody else? Like, has anybody tried to pass themselves off as Todd? Wait. Russell Crowe is in the Craven movie. I mean, like, wouldn't you want to hang out with your husband slash dad in his creepy NFT server? Isn't that where it's at? I'm sure, like, when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to do with my life, if you had asked me. Like, fuck yeah, NFTs, I don't know what those are, but I'm sure they're gonna be big. The NFT server is like 50 crypto and NFT grifters, and people who think comics are too much controlled by the woke mind virus. Ah, the woke mind virus. Where would we be without you, honestly?
This key up here unlocks a special challenge room on the map. You'll need a friend to fetch it.
How about you kiss my butt? Actually, like, oh, but we're not gonna be able to get that. I think I screwed that up. I was gonna say, like, we could just put on another controller and pick it up, but they have a surprisingly good anti-AI art line for all things, though. That's weird. Like, how are you gonna be doing NFTs and be be against AI? I feel like those things are perfect pals. This level is so long. So, being on this server and looking around, I found out that there's a big war between NFT crypto people and the AI people. They hate each other, actually. Wow. There's a chance that you have done, Alice. Like, this totally just could be me having forgotten. Soup, how you doing? It is lovely to see you, as always. Hope that you are super well. Hope that life is not being jerky to you. That you are having an all-around good time with things. Basically, crypto people see AI as bad because it's stealing from creators, which lol. But it's basically all related to crypto NFT heads doing mind logic games that crypto is the ultimate way to preserve and defend your art. That's kind of a lot, honestly. In their head, crypto is anti-AI because it's the ultimate way to own your own art. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like, is it though? But like, I can kind of see where they're coming from. Soup says, I'm very tired, but depending on how things go, I may be able to lay my hands on something I've been trying to get for a long time. So that's exciting. That is exciting! I'm sorry to hear about the tiredness, because that's, like, no fun, but... But laying your hands on something you've wanted for a long time is really, really cool. Holly has not dropped by yet. Hoping that she does drop by on account of I got something to show her. I mean, I can always like record it and just show her that way, but it would be nice to do it live. Also, because like I just don't know when I'm gonna have the time or energy to actually do a recording. I've been pretty exhausted myself recently. It's not been great. That's probably half my own fault.
Ah, good. You're here. Just place any stamps you found on this envelope.
I refuse. I do not want Avalon to come to my party.
You made it! How'd you find the carts? I don't think they're fast enough. See you at the party!
Like, why did they choose that voice for that character? It's such an awful voice. The wedding is like South America. I hate it so much. But whilst I'm hating on that, because racism. I mean, like I know that's the reason, but I still hate it. Since we're at the 2-hour point, I am going to take a short break, get a bit of a stretch in. Try to shake my head awake a little bit because I don't want to fall asleep. I assume it's based on the horrid, screechy girl gibberish voice she used in LBU1, but that stood out to me as a time constraint, not a deliberate choice. Oh! Hi, thank you so much for dropping by tonight. It's a pleasure to have you, always. Look forward to seeing you on Monday when we will be starting the joy that is Metal Gear Solid 2. It's very exciting. Extremely. I am very excited. I hope that you're excited. And Alice, I'll definitely look at what you sent me. But let me get my break on. I better melt the ice cubes. Oh, right, Metal Gear Solid. Okay. You better melt the ice cubes. You better something. You better meet the Muppets in Metal Gear tonight. Bum 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 bum. I don't think that works. I think that needs to be workshopped. I'm so tired. Why do we even come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some kind of torture. I have to watch the show. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I am back. Alice, who is that small child in the picture that looks like he wants to stab everybody? Sure. This raises the question, though, who would be the human in the Muppet adaptation of one of the Metal Gear games? Raiden. It's absolutely gotta be Raiden. Because he's so self-serious. At least from what I remember in 2. Like, it feels like he's the only one who doesn't know it's all a joke. Random, but I'm looking at Netflix in Portugal since I got that again recently, and they have 4 seasons of SpongeBob here, but it's only seasons 3, 4, 6, and 9? That's young Sheldon. Like, is young Sheldon wanted by the FBI for anything? Because I feel like young Sheldon ought to be wanted by the FBI for something. That's just how he is. He needs to stop. He should not be like that. He has met Elon Musk once, so he is probably wanted. I don't think you want to be wanted by Elon Musk, though. Like, that sounds like it'd be pretty gross. I kinda wanna see, Raiden, like, human Raiden with Muppets everybody else. I think that would be kind of fantastic. He sells his ideas to Musk. Honestly, oddly appropriate. Let's go back into create mode. You could do it in LBP because of the DLC? Oh, with the Metal Gear and Muppets pack? I mean, because there is a Raiden, right? See, I already made the whole area, so I don't really know. There's no more space to do anything else. I do need to check something out, though. I don't need to look up basic rubber. Where's the Seaside Surprise Pack? Because there was something in that pack that looked really cool. He's Metal Gear Solid 4 Cyborg Raiden, but I'm pretty sure there's enough custom parts to DIY a Metal Gear Solid 2 Raiden out of it. I mean, you just need to give him the long flowing locks. Cause he's got that he's got the long hair going on. The only thing Musk ever created was stealing diamonds in South Africa. Is that creating? Is that creating? Seaside, it's is it rainbow stars? Is that material? Because it looks like really cool in the Seaside Surprise Kit, but like it didn't look cool when I looked at it here. Maybe I didn't have it big enough. Hold on a second. Which costume part would one use to replicate Raiden's quote-unquote childbearing hips? Wait, is that an actual thing that they fucking say? Oh, this actually does look really cool. Can I get this in here somewhere? I feel like that's better than the... I feel like that's a little bit better than the sparkly cardboard. I mean, I could do both of them, but... Why does Raiden have childbearing hips? That's really weird. But it's like... It looks like really white. Like, it doesn't keep that orange color. I think, excuse me. I think that's why I didn't use it, because it doesn't keep the color well enough. That's a shame. There were extremely bad little comics in one of the PlayStation magazines at the time of Metal Gear Solid's release. Metal Gear Solid 2's release, and one of the panels is Raiden striking a pin-up pose and saying, "Dig these childbearing hips, baby." What? Is it because he's less manly than Snake? Is that what they're going for? It must be what they're going for, right? That must be the joke? Because honestly, that sounds like more of a Snake thing to do. I could totally see Snake being like, "Yeah, Otakon, I've got childbearing hips." He's androgynous and therefore extremely camp. Wait, but he's not though? I mean... He's not, though? I mean, I know that this is not your claim, this is their claim, but, like... He just isn't? Where is the cake? Victoria's lab, that's what we want. There are a number of cakes here. I'm trying to remember, like, what the cake looked like in the move pack. Because I don't remember it having a wrapper on the bottom of it. Can you remember, Soup? Did the cakeling in the move pack have a wrapper on the bottom? Is it weird that I don't remember that? Still somehow more normal than any British gaming magazine before 2010. I'm not particularly familiar with the British gaming magazine scene, but I mean it can't be worse than the one in the US. I feel like our magazines were also pretty wonky. All the British gaming magazines would have actual slurs? Oh, that's super gross. Okay, I guess the Brits are the winners? That doesn't sound like they're winning though. Like, I feel like that that's not a win. Fucking British. Every time they would talk about a Japanese game, they would use the... Wow. Wow. You know what? I was wrong. That's like way worse than what it was like in the US. I would not say that the US was a bastion of particularly good treatment of other cultures or races, but I don't recall it being that bad. I don't think that you'd be able to get away with that in a mainstream magazine. Oh, I mean, like, I'm just kind of screwing around right now. Uh, but I was wondering, like, what the cakeling looked like. Just because I didn't remember that it had this wrapper on it. The cakeling is entirely drawn with the move tool stuff? No shit. Like, I knew that the wings were drawn, but I hadn't realized the entire body was. That's kind of interesting. I remember this because someone turned the boss into an object, and the whole thing is sticker panels and drawn parts. That is wild. Like, that's actually pretty wild. I am duly impressed. That's actually had hands on it. I don't want hands. Alright, this has got to... Gotta stick on that there. So that these can come in here. You can go over there. And we want... we want a wobble bolt, I think? Oh, please! Oh, I gotta take a look at these. I'm gonna hate it, but I do need to see. Give me a sec to figure out what I'm doing here, and I'll take a quick peep at those. I gotta put some music on too. This is not acceptable. Absolutely not time sensitive. I mean, I gotta look at them before the stream ends, so that my reaction can be saved for posterity. Alright, this is gonna need to be a lot tighter. And we want these like really flailing around. Alright, so how do we do that? 15.0.3. Don't want these to be seen. See, the problem is, like, I don't have any place to put this thing in the level itself. All right, let's see what these comics look like. Actually, let me put some music on first. See, I need something that I know is not going to get tagged by Twitch's copyright, because they'll mute the entire audio, which I have to say I really fucking hate, because like at least YouTube will just make the video like not be able to be seen in certain regions, which also sucks, but like you still have the base video. I guess since we are talking about Metal Gear, alright, let's see what these comics look like. Okay. Could be big if gamers go for Dante in a tube top in Devil May Cry 3. Sexually ambiguous Raiden. Mechanical tail undulates in rhythmic sexy motion. Dig these childbearing hips, baby. Is this the dude who does Empowered? Cause the art style looks kind of familiar. Oh ho ho, why look who's here on the very last page of the very last issue of PSM. It's Raiden, bitches. As in, Raiden, frequent subject of cruel jokes, the cheap humor from PSM over the years, especially in these lame end-page cartoons. Well, now PSM is going away, but I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when I completely rock your face in Metal Gear Solid 4, you'll have to admit I'm cool, PSM. You'll finally admit that I'm cool from the unemployment line, you losers. This is a lot, honestly. I kinda hate this. I mean, but we do have proof of the childbearing hips. Empowered's a comic book by a guy with a very anime-inspired style. It doesn't look like the same art style. However, I do absolutely hate looking at this empowered comic thing. It's a lot. It's a whole thing, and not in much of a good way. He's extremely horny. Like, there's just like no getting around it. I have not. The only dirty pair that I am familiar with, which sounds like it's going to be the setup to a joke, but it's also not. The only dirty pair I'm familiar with is the OG ones. Well, you're not wrong, Soup. It is, it's very much, creepy horny. Isn't there a patrol? Like, I thought there was a patrol. Why don't you move? You have a brain. Why do you not move? Oh, wait. Is there a part... There's gotta be a part that's, Huh. What's going on here? Like, you have legs, you've got all the pieces that you should be able to do something. Dude, what? I don't get what the problem is with this this creature. It is not moving, and it makes me very sad. I wonder why you don't want to work. They appear to be by a guy called Adam Warren. That's the empowered dude. So, yeah, I hate the fact that I knew it as soon as I saw Ride in Space. He's got like a very recognizable face style. God, I hate it. Alice, I fucking hate it. It's not great. Adam Warren was like one of the 5 guys at Marvel who faked me. Uso. Oh, well, thank you, Mercury. I don't know if Kittens, you can relay my thank you to Mercury. I really like that. It's always nice to hear. I gotta catch Alice's comment because it's. One of the 5 guys at Marvel who faked being Japanese got to make the so-called Marvel Mangaverse, the manga-inspired universe where they did with American-inspired white guy artists, where one of the guys, they got Ben Dunn? Get complimented, silly goose! more of a squirrel. But I do appreciate the sentiment. I can't remember, but I feel like Ben Dunn had done something kind of weird. Didn't he do something kind of weird? Oh good, you can walk now. Ooh, soul! For real? Like, that wasn't entirely what I was expecting. Wow. My childhood. Like, I know that they did a reboot of it. Sometime after I stopped reading. It's funny because one of his more obscure comics got turned into a Netflix show loved by lesbians. Yeah, he was doing that one when I was still reading Ninja High School, I think. Ninja High School was kind of a lot. From what I've seen, the Warrior Nun show changes everything. Like in a this changes everything kind of way, or is like... Oh, they changed everything from the comic. Gotcha. What is this thing gonna shoot? I mean, we could just use more of the cake. Okay, that's the base there. I did not get hype on the Warrior Nun. I didn't even know that it was happening until it was pretty much already over. But given how relatively obscure Ben Dunn was when I was reading him, it was definitely weird to hear that like he had a Netflix show. Oh, I should put a thing on here. There's a point where Netflix was just IP hunting for a bit. I mean, I guess they gotta fill the space, right? They did a lot of comics adaptations and stuff. Yeah. Some of it better than others, I would imagine, yeah. In other news, Willem fucking Dafoe is in the new Beetlejuice movie, so I am legally obligated to watch it, even though it looks extremely bad on multiple levels. I mean, like, what you could do, Soup, is you could wait until there's a supercut on YouTube that's just the Dafoe bits. I feel like that is probably the best option. I mean, I think Willem Dafoe is pretty darn nifty, but I'm not gonna see Beetlejuice for it. I'm not even gonna see Beetlejuice for Winona Ryder, and I, like everybody my age, had a massive crush on Winona Ryder because, I mean, come on, it's Winona Ryder. What about rewatching the Beetlejuice cartoon? Probably not, honestly. Bold of you to imply I'm not gonna be the guy who makes the Defoe supercut. Are you, do you want to be the guy? Is that where we're at now? That you want to be the guy? I I don't want any Beetlejuice, honestly. I am perfectly okay to not with the Beetlejuice. I'm thinking I want to be the guy. Ah. The cartoon is good, but it's hard to watch now. Tara Strong voicing a character in that, and she's like super Zionist. Lovely. Not actually lovely. Mostly gross, but... Oof size is large. Did we not turn off the ignore tagged objects cake? Did we not put the cake tag on? Why are you not ignoring this tagged object? The voice actor for Eggman in the modern Sonic games is spouting absolutely off the wall Zionist shit to the point where he's gotten them in trouble with Sega and had to reel it in. So now I'm just sitting here like, every time I hear him as Eggman, hopefully he and Rogue's voice actor both get recast soon. Wait, is Rogue like, is her voice actor also shit? Or is she voice acted by Tara Strong? Rogue's voice actor is a turf. What the fuck? Where are they finding these people? Did they specifically put out a call for assholes? Because it seems like they specifically put out a call for assholes. One second. 5 and 30. This just reminds me of when I went looking at Patty Jenkins' Twitter and she was retweeting Nazi shit, literally. Patty Jenkins being the director of those two Wonder Woman movies, which is not a surprise since Gal Gadot is in those. And that second movie is like extremely racist about the Middle East. Fucking love it, and by love it I mean fucking hate it. I mean, it kind of sounded like the Wonder Woman movies had a lot of problems on top of that, so... She's doing a Rogue Squadron movie for Star Wars, which was cancelled, and now it's happening again. It's happening again. It just keeps on happening. She's also the child of a literal NATO soldier and talks about how much she loves US imperialism. What? Like, at a certain point, I feel like you're selecting for that type of person. She keeps on talking about how she wants to do that as an homage to her former US fighter pilot dad. Wow. Wow. Unnecessary. Yeah, that'll work. It's amazing how much, how the Israel stuff has been a lot of people going Hitler mode against Palestinians, but when I looked her Twitter, she was retweeting stuff that was pure Hitler particles. Yee. Don't like any of that. Oh yeah, I kind of figured. I figured this would not be amazing in a good way. What is the level of respiratory protection you need to protect against inhaling Hitler particles? I mean, look, Hitler particles are going to be like mostly bone ash, and bone ash will tear your lungs up, so you're going to want some good PPE. But like, it's a fairly large particulate, all things considered. So probably just a regular old, like, the kind of mask like a painter would use. That should probably work out. I learned that from the crematorium. They They had to wear the painting masks when they had, like, I don't remember what they called it. It was like a rock tumbler, but for, like, fucking bone ash, basically. Dump it in and shake it all about. I miss working in the embalming theater constantly. All the fucking time. If I could do that again, I would do it in a heartbeat. That was easily the best job that I've ever done. It was, aside from a couple of things that I really wish I hadn't seen, quite possibly a Who. I loved going on pickups. Those were always fun. For certain degrees of fun, obviously. Got to do a fair amount of driving around. I didn't like actually doing the funerals because they were boring and they sucked. But oh no, Soup, I didn't get kicked out. I just I left that job because I was coming to Japan. I needed to save money. So I ended, because the problem was, like, the funeral home was like 14 miles, 14 miles away from where I lived. Which really isn't that bad, unless you're doing that trip like 5 times in one day, and suddenly you're going through like half a tank of gas in a day, and it's like, it was pretty expensive at the time. So I needed to get a different job that was a little bit closer to where we were living. Didn't really work out that great, but I did get the bar job from that, and the bar job was a lot of fun. But we were coming to Japan anyways, so you know, I was gonna end up leaving the job anyways. I miss my archive job, but not the people. Oh, I haven't done funeral work in Japan. I really wanted to, and this is one of my big regrets. Kins and Alice, you may have heard this story before, because I'm sure I've told this in the past, but basically I got hired on to do the funeral home job while their other apprentice was getting their funeral director's license, and they needed somebody who was going to be like on hand when he was in classes, and then also they needed somebody else to work to like swap the on-call with, because this poor guy he was on call 7 days a week because the other apprentice had like suddenly quit on them, and so they were kind of scrambling to get somebody else because, you know, my apprentice partner was just getting completely burnt out. And we worked for a corporation, and they didn't want the directors to be like going out on pickups in the middle of the night because they would be getting double time. They would be getting time and a half, and their salary was like double our salary. So that was a lot of money that the company didn't want to pay. So they ended up hiring me on, but like explicitly so that I didn't get my license because they needed me on site. Which was fine because I didn't want to be a director, because funeral directors don't get to do any of the interesting stuff. They just like make arrangements, and that sucks. Like, you know, you're talking families into spending more money than they were expecting to, and that was like the part of the job that I just didn't ever want to do. I didn't want to handle any of the money. So I never got a funeral director's license. No big deal. I come to Japan, I find out that there is an embalming job in Osaka that was paying like really, really well. Except they required a funeral director's license to get the visa. I was pretty hot when I heard that. Because it was like, that was the perfect job. I would have loved that job. Yeah. We were gonna, like, I was actually considering, this is like back in like 2007 or 2008, I was actually considering going back to the States and doing like 2 years to get my license and see if I couldn't get like a job at the embalming place in Osaka. And then there was the Lehman shock, and it just like wiped out the economy, and my company went out of business, and that wiped out my savings. Not directly connected to the Lehman shock, but like it was all in that same time period. And things ended up getting really fucky, and I kind of missed that window for leaving Japan. And well, that was that, basically. Yeah, I was not happy with that situation. That was all just like, it was very shitty. Oh well. We are getting close to the 3-hour point, and I don't imagine that Holly's going to show up in the next 4 minutes, so if you got on stable enough ground to dedicate the time to it, you could feasibly get a license and get another embalming job in Japan. Like, conceivably, I could. It would be one of those things that like depends on a lot of things. Because the thing was that with that particular job, I knew a guy who was working at that place. I'd met him because he was doing DJ work. What was his DJ name? His DJ name was like fucking DJ Triple Bypass. He was a nice dude. But I could use him as like a stepping stone into the job. But he's no longer in Japan. He was, he ended up leaving a long time ago. Funerals are different in Japan. Funerals are very different in Japan, but they don't do embalmings. The embalming jobs in Japan, and this is one of the reasons why it would be very difficult for me to get a job without that kind of connection, is that there's a really small market for embalmings. Basically, you're only doing embalmings on foreign residents who are getting shipped out of country because you can't ship an unembalmed body. It's a biohazard. And like autopsies, anything where you would have to do like reconstruction work, because you can't do reconstruction work on an unembalmed body because the tissue is not solid enough. It just ends up being a mess. But that's like a pretty small like subset of people who die. Most people who die, like when they do a wake in Japan, those bodies aren't embalmed, which is kind of fucked up, but they managed to make it work. Mentioned this to you before, but there's a pretty good manga called Embalmer about, well, an embalmer in Japan, and they talk about that a lot. There are a couple of chapters of the Japanese Catholics also. You did mention that, and I do need to take a look at it. It was a good DJ name. He was not a particularly good DJ, but like, yeah. Embalming can be absolutely awful for the planet. They have the body stank up the room raw. Well, like, they've got it on ice. Most, like, the people who are interred in Japan are all cremated. I don't think there are any, like, I'd have to research, but I don't think that there are any functioning cemeteries in Japan, like where bodies are, like, bodies themselves are actually interred in the ground. Because because you've got like the family grave system, and with the family grave system, like you're putting the ashes in the family grave. You're not actually putting like the whole body, so they don't do those kinds of burials. If it's an open and shut, no investigation or reconstructive things necessary kind of case, there's no need to embalm. It's like there is one other issue with that, Kittens, and you're not wrong, but the other part of that is time between death and the funeral. Like, you can put a body in the fridge and have it wait, but if you're gonna have like a really big gap between the death and the funeral, like if you've got people that are traveling in, I kind of would rather have the body embalmed. The American way of embalming everyone is the odd one out. Oh yeah, like that's definitely the case. We are unusual in that regards. There's one Western South cemetery in Sakigata Hill in Hirado City in Nagasaki. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Kittens, like, you're not wrong. And there were definitely times, as much as I enjoyed the technique of it, and I did a lot once I got good at it, there were definitely times where it'd be like, I really hope that the family doesn't go for embalming, because I just don't feel like doing it tonight. That was really the case. Families did tend to go for embalming. I didn't push it. Like, I did have to ask them, but, like, I never pushed them to get embalming, so I figured all the pushing was somebody else's job. It's, like, it definitely is. Not gonna lie. It's really weird, because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's all fun and games until you see something that is like, way past your personal limits, and then you're like, okay, well that's just me fucked for a couple of years. And that's just like, statistically gonna happen. I had pretty bad luck for that my first year. There were a couple of cases that were like, oh wow, I was not emotionally prepared for this thing that happened. So my inner eco death warrior came out there. Kittens, honestly, like, I'm glad to hear it. I always want to hear and learn new things, or a new spin on something that I may have known but not known deeply enough. So you don't got to apologize for that at all. Alice says, did I ever tell you about the weird thing with the local cemetery here? There's a place in the local cemetery where the burning happens that also has a hairdresser and a coffee shop, like, for real. I mean, does the hairdresser work for the funeral home? Do they do jobs for the funeral home? Because we had a hairdresser that we would call in for certain ladies, would have a hairstyle that needed to get the hairdresser to do it. It's all owned by the city, no shit. Oh, okay. I wasn't apologizing. I kind of love that, though. I'm sorry, it's just like, the way, like, because there's no tone when you're just looking at something in text, so it's like your brain has to supply the tone to that sentence, and it's like the tone my brain read that as, just like, it kind of knocked me over. It was pretty good. Sib says, wait, does embalming usually involve opening the body up? Peeping the guts, I honestly can't imagine anything more psychologically taxing than that. Okay, so generally, the embalming doesn't involve opening the body that way. The folks that do the autopsy will do that. Although I did deal with a lot of autopsies, and autopsies are actually kind of cool because, like, they're so much fucking easier, except you're gonna be doing a lot of stitching. I was really good at stitching, but I can promise you that there are things that are way more psychologically taxing than seeing guts. Like, I mean, guts is just gore, you know, and it's just, that's what it is. That's not really the problem of it. There's things that you can run into that are just existentially dreadful, like that make you really kind of think about the circumstances of life in ways that maybe you don't really want to be doing. I'm not gonna get into specifics, which is kind of shitty on my part. I understand, but like, some of the things that I saw, like, really messed me up for years afterwards. So I kind of feel a little bit leery about just like throwing that out in public. I missed a bunch of stuff from Alice, so let me catch that. I do want to take a run through this level so I could show y'all what it looks like in function. And then we're gonna put a ribbon on things. Kittens mentioned there are people who solely go into corpse makeup and hair. Yeah, I don't think our guy was like that was his only job. I think that he also had living clients, but we would call him in like probably a couple of times a week. He was like super nice. He was like a very genteel, made for TV middle-aged gay guy. Not middle-aged, like probably older than that, but like I always kind of wondered if like that was just how he was, or if he was playing it up for the straights, because, you know, everybody at the funeral home, at least we all assumed, was pretty straight and pretty cis. Oops, except for me. But like, he kind of had that personality where it was a little bit hard to tell like if it was real or if it was an act, but he was in fact funny as hell and super nice. He would bring us donuts. Alice says Japanese favoring Western style gravestones for their cost and sturdiness industry survey. The number of people who purchase traditional Japanese style gravestones has halved over the past 14 years, but Western style memorials remain popular options, and those with designs unique to the deceased have experienced a sharp rise, according to an annual industrial survey. I've seen places that sell designer like gravestones. I don't know if they're like family gravestones or not, but like I've seen post box gravestones. I've seen a Doraemon gravestone. It's like, it's kind of a hoot. While I was looking up the grave thing, I found out that there was a new raid for corruption on an LDP guy. Manabu Hori, former Olympic figure skating winner that became an LDP House of Reps guy for Sapporo, raided his house. I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. Okay, I'm caught up on the chat, so let me do a run through this level, and hopefully it's not gonna break. And by break, I mean hopefully it's not gonna like crash the game. It's so October for him! I can only hope. Like, I've got my fingers so crossed. Oh my god, that Marvel Mangaverse looks fucking awful. That looks like... Oh, I can see Ben Dunn in it, though. Like, the Tiger Girl under Nick Fury? Like, that's very much his style. Wow. Wow, this looks like crap. Thank you for sharing that with me, Alice, because that's hilarious. Got you up there, Soup. I think I got most everybody that I have a costume for. We got Alice's over here. And we got Hive. And Kronos. Got Hirunda as well. Oh shoot, I forgot to change the music! I forgot that I left the frickin' Metal Gear music on. That's not what it was supposed to be playing. It was supposed to be some other stuff. But yeah, that's the level. World's most dramatic birthday. Honestly though, you're not wrong. But. It is a 3-hour point, and I do need to start to put a ribbon on things because I gotta work tomorrow, and I can't leave early like I did tonight. I couldn't. I couldn't deal with any of it, so it's like I'm gonna go home, which I know is not something I need. I need to not be in the habit of doing that, but I do it anyways. Will you stream on Monday? Will you just stream on Monday next week? No, it's a regular streaming schedule. Is there a reason? I feel like you asked that previously, and I'm... Oh, Alice, I'm leaving next month. Next month is when I'm leaving. Yeah, so we're okay until August. We're looking for a departure of August 24th. Yeah, so we're super good. No worries about that. But that is a good point. Doing really quick administrata. Monday and Thursday will be Metal Gear Solid 2, and Friday will probably be Isaac. Put it in your data thing. You got a data thing. I need to get a data thing. I guess I kind of have a data thing, and it's just the it's paper. No streams in August, or just just streams until the 24th. I'm planning to stream like this may change depending on like if things come up, but I'm planning to stream like right up until I go. Because the 23rd is a Friday. Oh, Phantom Strom! It's wonderful to see you, but I'm gonna be finishing up in like a second. But it is really good to see you. I hope that you're well. I hope that life is being kind to you. Like perfect timing though. Yeah, if I can do it, like I will. I want to stream on the 23rd, and that can be like the last stream before vacation, but like it'll depend on when the flight out is going to be and things like that, which is going to be, I think I'm going to spend like all of Monday morning and afternoon just like researching plane tickets, because that's going to be my job. But yeah, we'll see how that all goes. Yes, and I think that unfortunately, as much as I would like to hang out more, I think that will need to be the ribbon on the episode tonight, the stream tonight. It has been wonderful. I've had a great time. Lots of fun, crunchy conversations. And learning about Adam Warren, which was fun, question mark. But I will ask you all, as I always do, to please be taking care of yourselves out there in the meat space. Make sure that you're getting all the water that you need. Make sure that you're getting all the electric eels that you need. It's not. We're not going to forget. We'll definitely remember. I hate that I knew immediately. I knew just looking at Raiden's face. I was like, oh, that's Adam Warren. That's the empowered guy. Please do be getting at least one meal in a day. It doesn't have to be great, but it should be something in your belly. If you can get more than one meal, and if it is something great, that would be wonderful. But I won't get angry if you can only eat one thing, because I understand. I've been there too. If you got medications, try to take those medications as close to schedule as humanly possible. Your situation allows. But above all and overall, please do remember that you are important. You've got value. I'm so sorry, Phantom. Yeah, we do have to wrap it up. Oh, did it remind you? Last chance to tell me. Oh. Take your meds! Yes! Please do! Yes! Please, but above all and overall, please remember that you are important. You do have value. You got a lot of people out there that are rooting for you, that want you to have your best life, that want you to be safe and happy, and to have all the joy that you can get. And I'm one of those people, but I am only one of those people. There are many more. But that pretty much does it for us here at Disco About. So from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.